Hi. Hi, baby. Hi, Elmo. Hi, Elmo. Honey, you don't need to do that to me. I love you, but not that way, okay? I love you, just not that way. I want to tell you, Elmo was lost for about 2 hours earlier this week. I took him over to a friend's house, was walking inside. We were inside of the garage, almost inside the house. He got spooked and he went down, and I was looking because she has birds in her house, and looking around, and then I went to get him and I couldn't find him. He was gone. And it was scary because I love him, obviously, but Arizona, Prescott gets kind of cold, this area, and I was like, oh my gosh, he can't be sleeping at night out there and all this. But it happened, I don't know, about 11 o'clock in the morning, so I had some time to look for him, obviously. And there were people, Barbie, she was a friend who I was going over to, and she is a bird breeder, so she had connections with people, and she put it out on Facebook, and she had people came and were looking for him. And a bird's not like a dog. You call them and they may or may not hear you, but they don't answer you like a dog would or come when it like a dog would, only because they're not a predator like a dog is. They're prey. And so they think differently. And I was just, with the oxygen, I couldn't go around a lot, so I was trying to drive and call, and I was driving real, real slowly just around her house, because typically, unless they get caught up in a current and go, they don't tend to be real far from where they were lost. And I just kept yelling, Elmo, where are you, baby? And I heard him. He was scared, obviously, from the way he sounded. He was screaming, but it was really faint sounding, but I could hear him. And I stopped because I could hear him. I knew the direction. It was like behind her house. And I'm like, how do I get over there? And so I turned around, went down, ran into Barbie, who was walking the street. I told her, I said, I heard him. And he's on the back side of your house. How do we get over there? And she told me, so I went over there, and I was calling him over there too, but he wasn't answering the same because he's a prey animal. So, I don't know what influences their minds, but she texted me because she was going to walk. There's a cutoff between the houses. She was going to walk over to it. And she texted me and she said, I can hear him. And so then just a little bit later, she yelled out, because I was close to her, I got him. I'm like, you got him? Like, you're holding him? And she said, yes. And she came around the house, and she was holding him good, and she came up to the car, and I gave her a ride, and it was so, oh my gosh, when I found out he was okay and everything, it was such a relief. And he was relieved too, and he was sticking to me like glue after that, because he knew he knew he'd gotten away, but he wasn't trying to get away. He was startled away. And I don't want to go through that again. I want to get him recall trained. so that when I call, I'll have a special way that I can call him and he knows to come. So that's my plan right now, is to start working with him on recall training and not have to go through that again. Thank you for watching, and be blessed.